Hello and welcome back to my channel. Django is being very needy today. He's shaking. It's not cold. What's wrong, baby? I don't know what is going on with him. Anyway, we're here to talk about some new books. Now, I mentioned in a video during my July everyday videos in July, I mentioned that I was doing those Stuff Your Kindle days, and I got a ton of books on those days, and I asked if anybody cared about book hauls or if they wanted to see book hauls, and surprisingly, a lot of you said yes, that you did. So I said surprisingly because I don't generally like to watch them, but I know a lot of people do. So I thought I would go back and grab some of my physical books. I turned the wrong way. Some of my physical books back here that I have gotten over the last couple of months and kind of give us a clean slate as of August. This is where my books are, like new books that I've gotten. And then in September, we can do it again and go through what books I've gotten in September. And when we do it in September, I will also do any ebooks or audiobooks that I have gotten during that time. But for this video, it's just going to be the physical books. Mostly because we would be here all day if I went through the Stuff Your Kindle books that I got and added all of those. So I don't want to do that. This is not in any kind of order. It's literally in the order that I grabbed it from off the shelf or wherever they were. So starting with this one, The Humane Society for Creatures and Cryptids, HISFACAC is what it's called. It's been a really long time since I've picked this book up. This is as far as I am, and it doesn't have anything to do with the actual book. I love it every time I read it. It is just taking the time to sit down and physically read a book. That is the current physical read that I have going on. I'm not reading anything else physically until this is finished. I said they weren't in any kind of order, but I do think I'm going to save graphic novels and manga for later. So if you were here watching during July, you know that I got the whole trilogy for the Greenbone saga. I know there is novellas or something that's after this, but these are the main three books. I did read book number 1. I have not read 2 and 3, but I have them all. Okay, I got this one, Yours Truly. I've already read this. This is also counting for my Herkyed, which is the hardest reading challenge. This is the book that I'm reading for the blurbs. Then I have A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon. I got this the same day that I got Yours Truly, and I also got The Prospect at the same time from Barnes & Noble. And this one I bought because it has fake dating in the title. Do I know what it's about? No. I'm assuming it's about a witch who needs to fake date a demon. That's all I know. Then this one was recommended in the sports romance section, and I was like, yes, I love sports romances, so that's what I'm going with. This one is not mine. Like, I didn't haul this book, but my friend at the library where I work gave me this, let me borrow it to read and then give it back to her. So I'm keeping this out in front of my face so that I will see it and read it quickly so that I can give it back to her. This one I ordered from a self-published author, Tower of Dogs, and it's written by Hala. It's also part of a trilogy, but I have not started it. I put the bookmark that they sent with the book in here, so when I do start it, it's ready to go. But until I read The Humane Society for Creatures and Cryptids, nothing else can happen. So this one is on the list for very soon after that. That one is going to also be used for Herkyed, and so is this one. This is the local artist at my bookstore downtown, and it's called Sympathy for the Devil, and it's an autographed copy, so I will be removing that sticker when I actually read it, by Alex Stevens. So I'm excited to read this. It's not very long, and it sounds like it's going to be really good. I just have to get through some other stuff. Also, when I was in the section of the local bookstore about local authors, I found this as well, Josie Dances, and it's by Denise, and she was the poet laureate for North Dakota, and I'm going to read more about who she was and who she is. I think she's still living, and talk about it when I read this book. So that was like a bonus I got in the local author section because I couldn't not get it. Then also for the Herkyed, I need to read a book for each season, and literally they don't have to be connected. They don't have to be by the same author. You just read a book about fall in the fall, a book about spring in the spring, so on and so forth for the seasons. I wanted to get them in a series though. So I have autumn, which is the first book. Then we have winter, which is the second book. Then I'm sure you can guess that spring is next, followed by summer. That's it. These are the 4 books by Allie Smith that I'm going to read to do the prompt that says read 1 book in each season about that season. So I haven't read any of these yet. I will be starting autumn when it's officially autumn. Also, if you were here in July, I read Hooked. I read the audio version of this by Michael Moss, and I was like, we need the physical copy of this because I wanted other people in my family to read it. So I ordered it. It's here, and once I move it from my desk, then other people will read it, but they can't read it while I have it. Then my August new release that I'm going to be reading for the month of August is The Pairing by Casey McQuiston. I pre-ordered this at my local library. I did not know that it was going to have sprayed edges. Y'all, this is the first, look at the edge. This is the first book I have ever gotten that has scenes or a scene on the edges. I love it. So I'm very excited about this. I'm going to be reading this both on audio and physically. So that's all of the regular books. Now we're getting into graphic novels and manga. We're just going to go largest to smallest. This is the newest one I got, and it's called Stamped from the Beginning by Abraham X. Kendi. And this is based on a book that was written called Stamped. And this is the graphic novel. Y'all know that I work at a library and we're working on the banned book project. And this is a banned book. And I was like, I saw it in the bookstore and I was like, oh, that's on the banned book list. Let me buy it. So this is it. It is a graphic history of racist ideas in America. So I'm not planning for this to be a happy read, but I'm going to read it. Then for the other graphic novel that I have is Persepolis, the complete Persepolis. This also is banned, by the way, as I discovered when I was looking through the list. I was like, wait, what? Anyway, it's the weirdest things are on this list, but this is banned as well. This is a nonfiction graphic novel memoir. So I don't know anything about it other than I have heard really good things, so I picked it up. Then we have by Junji Ito, Uzumaki. And it says Spiral into Horror. I have heard such good things about this, how creepy it is. Oh, just that first page. Like, look at that. That's gross. So I've heard that it's creepy. The back only says that the person telling us the story thinks that their town is haunted, not by a person or being, but a pattern. And it's got to do with spirals, which is Uzumaki, is the spiral. It's a hypnotic secret shape of the world. This bizarre masterpiece of horror manga is now available in a single volume. So that's what this is. And I can't wait to start on it. And then finally, the last ones are book 6 and 7 in the Spy family. I got them both at the same time, just because that's where I am in the reading. I have finished number 5 and number 6 is the next one that I will be starting on. So those are the last ones that I picked up. And that's it. Those are the physical books that I have bought over the last few months. That is definitely not what I've bought in 1 month. I didn't have Hisfakak up there, my current read. So that's all of them. And like I said, we will kind of consider this to be the starting point going forward. And next month, I will come back with any physical books that I have bought. Surely I will have my September pick that's coming out. I'm not going to tell y'all what I'm getting. I think if you've seen the Herkiad, the hardest reading challenge, then you know what my September pick is, but you'll just have to wait and see when I haul it and anything else that I get. So let me know if you have ideas for like a thing you want me to do reading those. Like I was thinking about doing like an all manga video where I just see how many mangas I can read in 24 hours or how many graphic novels or combine them together or whatever. See how much I could get through in 24 hours or just do an entire vlog of me reading Uzumaki and just see how long it takes me to finish it. Like, I don't know. I have some ideas floating around in my head, but if you guys have anything or any ideas you want to see, I would love to hear about it. If you've made it this far in the video, leave me a stack of books down in the comments to represent this stack of books that I have behind me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.